I know that human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Hello and welcome to the Spoilt Milk Movie Podcast. Here at Spoilt Milk, we like to discuss, dissect, and destroy guilty pleasure movies. And then we decide whether the film is truly spoilt milk, or whether it's ascended into a fine, luxurious cheese. So without further ado, let's go.
Warning, this podcast is full of spoilers for the title feature, and there's bad language from the start. If you've never seen the film, or you're offended by bad language, you have been warned.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Spoilt Milk Movie Podcast, where today we're going to be talking about Kung Fu Hustle. But first, Hobo's got some cheese for us to eat.
Never sounded more disgusting.
Where did you find the cheese?
Well, it's not the kind of cheese that I'm used to on my body. Went to York, and there's a wonderful place called the Cheese Trader.
Mm-hmm.
And went in there, nice small little shop filled with cheeses. Like, the rat from Ratatouille would love it, I imagine. I don't know any other rats in films except for the one in The Departed.
I'm trying to think of famous film rats. Splinter.
Yeah.
Splinter, that's a good one. Also love cheese pizza.
Yeah.
He's of the many cheeses that he had copious knowledge of, he recommended us this charcoal black cheese. And for anyone who...
Charcoal black cheese.
If you're not watching the live stream, it'll be on Facebook.
That's good cheese.
It's been a while since I've had it. It's been like a month, 2 months.
7 years. It's been in my cupboard for 7 years.
That's why it's gone black. But yeah, he'll do a much better job of telling you the story of it. But essentially, it's like when they're mixing it all together, there's a fire burning constantly. So there's lots of charcoal going into it and stuff like that. And it gives it the smoky texture.
It has got a smoky texture. It tastes like sucking on a minge. So good, it's like sucking on a minge. That's what he should put on his cheese tagline.
Near like a log burning fire to get that smoky minge texture.
Katty, what do you think of it? You're feeling good today, aren't you?
I'm feeling fucking great.
What do you think of the charcoal cheese?
I like it. It's like weird and gritty, but tasty.
So on a cheese theme, we've gone really vague on this one, and we're going to discuss our top 3 cheese-based moments in film. So this could be a cheesy one-liner. It could be the mention of cheese in film. We're throwing it completely wide open. Who wants to go first? Anyone worried that theirs might get taken?
I'll go first. I've got 2, but...
Oh, okay. I've got 2
We
as well.
probably shouldn't be like eating cheese throughout the whole of this.
All right, I'll stop.
I can't do it. I don't think I can eat anything else.
What are you going for?
I am going to go for Pulp Fiction. The scene where Samuel Jackson and John Travolta are talking about cheese. Well, cheeseburgers.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. That's such a good line.
What makes a Royale with cheese? What is it? What's the difference between a quarter pounder and a Royale with cheese?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
This is what happens when you throw it too wide open.
They're going about Big Macs or something.
And they have mayonnaise on fries in Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Because it's talking about, obviously, America having the metric system.
Yeah, they won't know what the fuck a quarter pounder was.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I'm drinking a shandy.
That is a solid choice.
Yeah, it is.
Probably the most quotable scene from that film.
Oh, I thought you meant a shandy.
No, a shandy isn't a solid choice. It's a disappointing choice.
Hey, at least I'm drinking.
Yeah, true.
You said you had 2. Can we delve into your second what that was going to be?
Ratatouille.
Oh.
I've not seen Ratatouille since it first came out.
It's great.
I do like that you don't pronounce the second T.
Ratatouille.
Wait, you don't pronounce the first one? Ratatouille. Would you just be like, that's a rat?
I've got 2 pet rats.
2 pet rat. I can't remember the cheese in Ratatouille.
I mean, there's cheese in the majority of it because there's like eating some cheese and stuff. But I'm sure he like invents cheesecake or something because he mixes strawberries with cheese.
Right, okay. So Hobo,
Such a bad film.
what's your cheese?
As if you don't like fucking Ratatouille.
I also had 2. My biggest one, my main one, was, I'm going to say it wrong again, Mouse Hunt?
Yeah, Mouse Hunt, right?
Yeah. I called it the other thing.
Rat
Mouse
trap.
Trap.
Mouse Trap, yeah. Mouse Hunt.
With Lee Evans.
With Lee Evans and what's his face?
I always forget his name.
But he's a well-known...
Yeah. Nathan something, is it?
I don't know. But it's a fun family romp with just a couple who are... It's a kind of a generic, almost Disney-like... Is it a Disney film?
No, I don't think
Disney-like story where they get an inheritance from their father who was meant to be filthy rich, but he spent all his money on his string factory. Yeah. And so all they had left was the house instead, which is a bit rickety. And they're like, all right, we can do this up and sell it. But before they can sell it, there's a mouse that they can't seem to get rid of. And
it's a stupid fucking plot, really. I used to like that film, but this should just be like, right, there's a mouse.
Yeah.
Deal with it, move on.
Yeah.
Let the next people sort that out.
Yeah, they made it seem like a bigger issue than it was.
Don't they end up like ruining the whole house?
Yeah, they destroy the whole house and we think, oh, there's spoilers for Mouse Hunt, by the way.
For everyone who...
But they destroy the whole house. Like, now we've got fuck all left. We're left with no money and no memory of our father except this stupid string business that, isn't making any money. But then the mouse somehow accidentally knocks a roll of cheese into the string making machine and that makes cheese strings.
Yeah. What a great ending.
And the story, I imagine, after the ending is they sell it on to Kraft, the people who make the cheese strings. And
I'd like to see a sequel to Mouse Hunt, where it's
just a stupid fucking movie.
Yeah, because they're idiots. But I'd like to see just the birth of a new cheese string company and just the heartache that comes along with setting up a new company and then being like, oh God, might have to lay some staff off, or the packaging doesn't look quite right. I'd like to see a 2-hour film of that.
I'd like to see a little mouse dressed in a business suit.
Yes.
And my other cheesy moment, just because I assume you're going to ask,
yeah, why not?
Is the bit from what is it? The epic handshake, where like Dutch and what's his face like, oh, you son of a gun. And it's like the two muscliest hand. The muscliest
from Predator.
Yeah, that's it. From Predator, it's Dutch and
Dylan.
Yeah. And they grasp hands in the most epic handshake, and it's like the cheesiest moment ever. Just bicep on bicep.
I like that though, like a cheesy moment, like a bit different to actual cheese. Yeah, so yeah, it is very cheesy, but it works well in that film. Nice. I'm going to go for a cheese-based actor.
Oh,
I'm just going to throw
an actor
a cheese-based actor.
Cheese-based actor.
Is he made from cheese?
Oh, very presumptuous of you there.
Well,
what's a cheese-based? Is it a cartoon character?
No, Brie Larson.
Oh, you.
I like Brie Larson.
You're closest, punch him.
What's wrong with that? We said anything cheese-based.
I'm going to throw myself out that window.
I like Brie Larson. Cheese Larson. I like Brie Larson, and I'm really excited about Captain Marvel, and I think it's going to be good, and I liked Room, and I think it's going to be a wonderful time at the cinema.
I've not seen Room.
Have you not?
But I have seen... what is it? Short Term 20?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Short Term 20?
Yeah.
That was a really good film.
Yeah,
really,
she's good.
Yeah.
She's a good talent. And I'm glad that she's getting like her dues because she did a lot of smaller films. She was in 21 Jump Street. Was
she?
Yeah.
Oh.
And now she's getting a shot. I say she's like as if she's some upcomer. She's got an Oscar. So yeah, I'm rooting for Brie Larson. My other one, seems like everyone else has had two, is I'm going to go for Wallace and Gromit.
Nice.
Moon's cheese.
A long day out, is it called?
Don't know.
A something day out? I
Yeah.
should know these things.
The one where they
go to the moon.
I mean,
yeah.
either way, they fucking love cheese.
Yeah.
So it could be any of them. It could be the one where that penguin's there and it's evil.
Mm,
It could be the one where
the sheep,
with the sheep,
Mm.
Sean.
the were-rabbits.
Mm.
But I particularly love the long day out, or whatever it's called, because when they build a rocket and go to the moon because they think it's cheese, gets up there and he gets a football out and he kicks it up in the air and waits for to catch it, and it never comes back. I'm like, that's just a quality joke.
It's because the moon's flat.
Yeah.
Oh, flat Earth.
Yeah.
There's no gravity.
Flat mooners.
Is there like a catch-all term for flat earthers other than flat Earth? Is like a shorter term?
The flatters. They
Yeah.
love pogs.
What?
They're like buzz off playing pogs.
Because it's
No?
flat.
They love a
A
tazo.
tazo.
Yeah.
I'm confused by
Just
this.
anything flat.
Oh, okay.
Like a digestive.
Yeah.
They love a rich tea.
Mm.
But yeah.
But yeah, that's our top 6. Cheesy. We don't need to do a sum up, do we? Because that's a lot of summing
Well,
up.
I think you normally go around and say what was yours, and we just got to pick one. So,
Cheese.
no debate. Just
Right, okay then. Well, what was your one then, Katty?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, Hobo?
Mouse Hunt.
And mine was Brie Larson. So we'll be back shortly to talk about Kung Fu Hustle. Yeah.
Boop, boop.
Hello and welcome back to part 1 of the Kung Fu Hustle episode of the Spoilt Milk Movie Podcast. Katty, are you
Yeah.
going to tell us what the fuck this film's all about?
Yeah, I am.
What?
So Kung Fu and hustling. So basically, we have got 2 dweebs who think they're like the right hard on that, and then they go to like this slum, which is basically just like a block of flats, and with some shops underneath it. And they go and they're trying to convince these people that live in these flats that they're like part of the gang, which is like floating around Shanghai, where they are, wherever it is. They're like
The Axe Gang.
the Axe Gang, who are great. They do lots of clicking,
Yeah.
and they have
dancing.
axes.
Clicking.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, like the dancey clicking.
Yeah. they have axes. They like to dance, and they all wear suits. And so these dweebs are there trying to convince these people that they're part of the Axe Gang, and they're not. They get chased off, and then the real Axe Gang come to Pigsty Alley and try and fuck shit up. But what they don't know is there's some people who live in Pigsty Alley that are fucking kung fu masters.
Batman.
Ooh.
So
Batman.
what's your first experience of this film? When it's 2004, is it?
Yes.
When was the first time you saw this?
Probably about 2004.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Around
And
that
so
time.
did you see it at the cinema?
No.
On, when it-
DVD.
but as soon as it came out.
Yeah.
And did you like it at that point? Not to go into...
Wait, well, should we say that?
Well, not how you feel about it now, but did you like it when you first saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah? me
Yeah.
too, yeah.
I really enjoyed it the first time I saw it. And I think the first time I saw it compared to this time is I watched it with subtitles.
Mm.
Oh, I prefer it dubbed.
Oh, I watched dubbed this time for the
Yeah.
first time, and I was like,
Same.
oof,
Yeah.
that dubbing is crazy.
Yeah. That was the thing I was confused about. I was watching, I was like, did I watch this subtitled or dubbed last time I come? It was only like a few minutes in. I was like, no, I definitely don't remember.
Well,
this.
I wanted to ask you two about the subtitles because I watched it because I was busy doing something else and I put it on in the back while I was working on my computer and I was like, I'll put it on like a dubbed version. And there's a bit where she called that guy a faggot. And I was like, I wonder if that was in the subtitles or not. So you both watched dubbed.
Yeah, I've not watched it subbed.
Oh, right. Okay. And
Yeah.
did she say that word?
So
I
wait,
thought that
you
was
watched it
really
subbed?
weird.
And it said,
No, I watched it dubbed.
Wait, so did you watch it?
We all watched
I watched it
dubbed.
dubbed.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought at least one of you'd have watched subtitles. And I was
No.
like, oh, fuck. Damn it.
Because I've got it on DVD.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
So you chose to watch dubbed.
Yeah.
Do you prefer dubbed?
I do for this.
Hmm.
Because I don't know if it's just the DVD copy that I've got, but they've they've picked some great voices for the dub for the actual dubbing actors. It's great.
Like the guy who has the rings on his arms. His voice was great. I don't know if it was the same as the one you had.
I don't. It was weird.
The one that the woman calls a pansy.
Oh, so she said a pansy in yours.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. I like watched a version and she called him a faggot and I was like, ooh, that's really jarring.
Yeah,
no,
I wonder
if this is...
You may be a master of kung fu, but you're still a pansy.
So did you not have that in your version?
I can't remember it.
Because I can't remember ever hearing that before.
And lays his head on the side like... Yeah, no, she calls him a pansy in my version.
Right, okay. I don't know what weird version I got then.
I'm going to have to rewatch it and see.
Super harsh.
I wonder if it's a never mind.
Caribbean cut.
Comparison is what I was going to go for. Yeah, I completely went for Caribbean.
That. I'm starting to taste stellar.
So we go into Pigsty Alley.
Pigsty Alley.
But what, from the beginning... Because this was one of the big things that struck me this time was about the tone of the film. I know I always like to talk about tone. But the first 15 to 20 minutes of this film, I had no idea what it was going for. Yeah. And I was like, I can't remember it being this crazy.
It's all over the place. Considering the start of the film, you either introduce the protagonist or the main antagonist. The start of the film starts with first a guy from the Crocodile Gang, seeing he's the most badass, and then the Axe Gang turn up, chop a bit of foot off him while he's running, which is admittly
that was a
very
good
cool scene. Yeah. And then they do a little dance. The Axe Gang do a dance, and the...
Why are you looking like they do a dance? Of course they do. They're a gang.
Yeah, but I love that bit. I was like, I'm loving this kind of dance sequence, and it was kind of almost like a scene from a musical. And then they never did it again. I was like, right, you've dropped that now, have you? And
they set up the leader of the Axe Gang. He did a little bit of, before the big dance, he did a bit of dance like Michael Madsen in Reservoir Dogs. He was like, dancing with his axe. I was like, that's the kind of bad guy I can get behind.
And then they dropped that.
Yeah, they kind of did. And then we didn't even cut to the two main guys in this.
No.
We cut to Pigsty Alley after the big intro. Big intro, titles... Pigsty Alley. So we get quite far into it before we meet our main characters.
Yeah, I made a note to be like, Stephen Chow finally turns up. I did like that he turned up playing football. Because have you seen Shaolin Soccer?
That's by the same people,
Jackie
isn't
Chan.
it?
Yeah, no, it's not Jackie Chan. It's him, Stephen Chow.
Oh, racist.
He wrote and directed this film, didn't he, Stephen Chow? And he also made Shaolin Soccer before this, which have you seen it?
I have, but again, around the time when it came out, I haven't watched it since.
No, I mean, I was a bit of a completist at that point, and I was like, I can't wait for his next film. About like a CGI alien, but I didn't watch it in the end.
Oh, what was that? What?
He made like a kind of a homage to E.T. It was like him and a CGI alien.
There was a scene in this film that was a bit of homage to
The Shining.
Yeah, the blood in the elevator hallway scene.
Well, there was a lot of that going on, like references to musicals, the bit where they were in front of that poster where he's holding, and it's like something like a Gene Kelly film or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then the beginning bit with the dancing, that was very much like a musical. And then it was picked up Western tropes as it went on. And first 20, 30 minutes, I was like, I don't really know what this film is. Is it a comedy? Is it a brutal, violent? Because that beginning was really brutal.
Yeah.
Like, he hacked at that person with an axe and there was blood spraying everywhere, chopped that guy's foot off in slow motion. And I was like, what am I watching? Is it, and then it goes into Looney Tunes comedy, where people are running around and their legs are spinning faster than...
the landlady,
she's
legs
great.
it down,
3
flights of stairs in like 2 seconds to shout at a guy for using too much water. What's with Pigsty Alley that no one pays their rent, but is angry that they're not getting like water because they're not paying rent.
You're not going to... Right. We discussed Coming to America. No, it wasn't Coming to America. We were talking about the Oscars, and Hobo and I were talking about Lady Gaga in A Star is Born. And there's a bit at the beginning where she quits her job, and the Hobo sided with the manager and was basically like the manager was a dick, where the whole film's supposed to be about like, no, she's in the right. Are you siding with the landlord? Are you like, people should pay their rent?
Yes!
Or if they're not, they should expect shit.
I can't believe you don't, Katty. You've also looked after people. You've been like a manager of people. If someone turns up late to their job and then tries to pass off doing their job to other people, they are not a good employee and they deserve to be shouted at for not doing their job.
What's this got to do with water?
Because they're like, oh, and why is there not enough water? And like, well, because you haven't paid the rent. That's what she says in Pigsty Alley.
It's a shithole.
Yeah, it's Pigsty Alley. She's charging them to live in like an absolute dump.
Like, if that were here right now,
yeah,
and you lived in one of them flats, like, you could phone up your landlord and just be like, I ain't paying rent until you sort this fucking thing out.
And they've got an option to go somewhere else. They don't have to live with her. That's a benefit of us.
Like, you are, on one hand, a hobo who lives on the street, and then on the other hand, ridiculously corporate, who's looking out for, like, the money men.
So, why is it bad that Lady Gaga's manager?
Because he's basically like, you need to take the trash out, and she's like, you know what, I quit. And it's supposed to be like, she's like, yeah, I'm leaving my crap job behind and I'm going to go and become a star.
No, that's a bit cunty.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's like, you need to do your job. No, I'm quitting.
No, because she's like on the other side of the room and he's like, hey, fucking put the trash out. And like, you would like, even if part of your job was taking the trash out, you'd kind of expect your manager to be like, oh, do us a favour, can you just put the trash out? And you're like, yeah, of course I would.
They set it up that this isn't the first time she's not taken the trash out. And that she often expects other people in the job to take the trash out for her. It is.
Anyway, we'll have to just do that film just to talk about that. So we're in Pigsty Alley and then it starts going a bit wacky. And we start seeing some of the weird kind of powers, would you say?
Yeah.
That people have?
It's an unnatural ability.
Well, the landlady, again, she's got super speed. I think, that's probably her.
She's right good at blowing.
Hey, up.
And then there's the landlord's husband is sleepy.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
He's just tired.
Just naps.
And a bit of a perv.
Yeah.
He likes the ladies. Yeah. That goofy lady.
The big teeth lady.
Yeah. And then we've got the three others, don't we? We have
Pansy.
The pansy guy, if you want to call him that, who's got the rings. And then we've got the other guy with the bow.
It's like a stick in it.
Yeah, like a stick with a spear on the end.
I'm trying to find what they're called.
And then there's got the muscly dude who's like he looks like he's meant to be the star, like when he first comes into it. And that's what they're purposely done. So, but bearing in mind, we've got to this point, even talking on the podcast, and we've barely talked about the apparent main characters. Yeah. Because they rock in and they look like the people that are just going to be examples of why they get kicked out of, why this Pigsty Alley is, its own little community.
Well, you wouldn't be forgiven if you were watching this to think that they were like the Jay and Silent Bob of this film. I'm not talking about Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I mean films like Dogma and Chasing Amy, where they turn up, do a little cameo, and then fuck off. They turn up super late and then, this film's about you. Yeah. And you're like, oh, right, okay, then. You set up all these troubles and strife of this community, and then you guys rock up and you're like, oh, no, it's our film. And why do you think that was? Do you think it was just inexperience on behalf of the writing, or?
Yeah, I don't think there's much. Unless they had a whole different intro and they binned it for that dance scene, which I know Katty would think is a solid movie.
Yes, 10 out of 10.
It looked nice.
So the three guys, the three Kung Fu masters. We've got Cooley, who is the master of 12 kicks.
Right.
Right good at kicking. Taylor, who is master of the Iron Fist. So he's got his little rings around his
cool. And that was
wrists.
any action scene with that. The way, obviously, you had the chain reaction of the rings, like, bunching up and then going loose.
It was cool as fuck.
The head kicking in this film, every time someone got their head kicked, I was like, oof. Like, it didn't look like they just cut it or it was filmed. It wasn't even filmed on like a slight angle where you're like, I can see what you've done there. Where like, if you stand one way and I like do that, it looks like I'm punching the hobo. It looked like they were actually getting booted in the head.
It wouldn't surprise me. Like some, like on back and stuff like that is in full contact.
But I feel like they did that thing where they covered people in like powder. You know, like if you cover someone in flour and then like hit them, the flour like shakes off. Yeah. And then who's the third?
Donut, the master.
Donut.
The master of the hexagon staff.
The hexagon staff.
Was it meant to be a hexagon staff? Other than just a normal round staff?
Just says the hexagon staff.
What, like a pencil?
Yeah.
Or was it that he had like, what was it, 5? Is it 6 with hexagon? I forget. No, pentagon is 5, so hexagon's 6, yeah.
So he threw like
maybe through 5, 6. I still get them mixed up, but yeah, maybe something like that.
Oh, right, okay then. So the Axe Gang come into the neighborhood. They basically want to take it over for reasons I'm unsure of. Is it just because they were embarrassed by them? Or
yeah, I think
pride?
It was like the two guys come and they were like pretending to be the Axe Gang, and then the real Axe Gang turned up and then they looked like twats. And they were just like, oh, we're just going to come back and fuck you up.
Yeah, so it's the two idiots caused the whole doodah. Because if it did something like setting off a flare and it hit one of the Axe Gang or something. Or,
yeah, like a firework or something.
Yeah, and it didn't even make sense why the Axe Gang were there already.
Yeah, they were just like round the corner waiting.
They were practicing the sweet moves.
Yeah. There's a big wide open space. So we'll leave it there for part 1. We'll come back and we'll talk more about the fight scenes and where the film goes.
This is a break from the podcast. This isn't fake, it is real. Grab a biscuit, a Kit Kat, or toffee, maybe some Mosa.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Spoilt Milk movie podcast, where we're talking about Kung Fu Hustle. That was super loud.
That hurt you,
and unexpected.
Your hungover ears.
It scared me. Ear.
Ear.
I can only get a 1 cat.
Oh, is that still happening?
Yeah.
Really?
I
thought you meant only one ear was hungover.
Just pouring beer in your ear. Oh.
So shall we pick up talking about... Oh, fuck, I forgot. Is it Sing?
Sing.
We were just talking about this before we recorded. Do they mention his name at any point in the film? Because when I saw his name as being Sing, I was like, who the fuck is that? I can't remember.
I can't
remember, but there is a few people with a name that begins with an S in this, so...
They're all the same name in your book.
It's just... It gets mixed up, doesn't it?
I don't know if I maybe even ever knew his name if I was even watching the subtitled version.
No, I don't think so.
It might tell you it or something, or because it's a bit more clear when they're saying the name. Just because you see... Because of how like quickly they're speaking and stuff like that, maybe they slipped it in and I wasn't expecting...
Is that how it works? As long as you slip it in quickly and you're not expecting it.
Because it's such an off-the-cuff thing. It might have been when they were sat down and Axe Tits was getting his...
What, a Bone? That's his name.
Bone.
Yeah. The fact that Bone is listed on IMDb as Sing's sidekick... Like, Bone, open brackets, Sing sidekick, close brackets. I'm like, you don't even fucking mention Sing.
Yeah.
Let alone knowing that he's the sidekick.
In fact, that tells me that they don't even mention Bone's name. I thought that maybe when he was sat down and falling asleep and he was telling him to wake up, he might have said, Bone, wake up.
Bone.
Just shouting, Bone, Bone, Bone.
Maybe he did and we just thought he wanted him to fuck someone.
Yeah.
Bone. So they're like a weird little odd couple.
They reminded me of Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers.
Yes.
I was never Power Rangers.
I definitely got that vibe.
Who are they? I think I was a bit too old for...
The skinny and fat bullies from the...
Bullies?
Bullies.
The skinny and fat bullies from the Power Rangers. What? Who? What? Who did they bully?
They tried to
What
bully
did they bullies?
everyone.
What, the Power Rangers?
Yeah,
were
they tried to bully the
superhuman?
Power Rangers. No,
No,
they
they-
were stupid.
What, were they just like
Moshers.
normal mortals
Yeah.
and they were the bullies?
I think Rita might have like kidnapped him once.
Aura.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I'm starting to get an idea
I
of
want to
this.
see a Power Rangers where Rita Ora is.
A Rita Repulsor.
After 10 now, 1,000 years, I'm free.
So Rita's the bad guy, Rita Ora, and there's a couple of German bullies.
Bulk and Skull.
So why did they remind you of them?
Just because
Were
one's,
they a bit slapstick?
one's thin and one's fat.
Right, okay.
And they're useless.
Yeah, they were just shit at what they did, and so were Bulk and Skull. Like, they've tried to come up with like this ingenious plan, and it's just gone to tits.
Well, I think they've kind of took on a lot of tropes of silent cinema, like Laurel and Hardy. Even like we were talking about Jay and Silent Bob, the kind of like thin and fat one. I think they were going for that, like, you can recognize them from the silhouette type thing, like all the famous double acts of the past where you can, but it just kind of didn't really work that way. They were a bit goofy and a bit silly, but I didn't really get why they were or why we were supposed to look past that silliness and
And
be like,
for, what, maybe 90% of the screen time, they only had maybe 5 minutes of it.
And he was a dick for most of it.
Yeah.
Sing?
Yeah.
That's
What,
right.
Sing.
even,
No, they said
like,
shin.
even before you get the backstory, he's objectifying women. He's treating anyone.
He's a player.
Yeah. He's more of a nice guy, a soft boy. He thinks he's a player, but he's
A
not.
soft boy.
Yeah, I've
One
heard
of those
this
soft
recently.
boys.
It's a term for, the brackets, well, not brackets, air quotes, nice guy, where they say, oh, I'm the nice guy because you need to be with me, and then they curse someone out who doesn't treat them the same way. The same term for that is also a soft boy.
Oh, I didn't know.
apparently.
Okay.
That's come from Hobo, so
Oh.
take it with a pinch of
Whole salt.
battered
Whole
sausage.
Hey, we were on about bad sausage the other day. Like, if you went to a chippy
Yep.
and you asked for a sausage and chips, just sausage and chips, would you expect that a sausage to be battered?
No.
Thank you.
I'd say I want a battered sausage. Why anyone would go to a chip shop and have sausage and chips and not get it battered, I don't know.
Because
But, so that might fuel that argument. But no, you'd have
ask
to
for a battered sausage. Sausage. a battered sausage.
What a great
Is that how you said it? So it was like, I know the bad part.
to someone.
It were a debate at work the other day, like, of whether or not your sausage comes battered automatically.
You'd have to say it.
Yeah, I think you have to say it. Even though it is kind of expected, I'd prefer the place just assumed you meant what you meant.
Because what about, like, well, you wouldn't ask for a battered fish, would you? Like, but that's different, though.
They don't serve fish any other way.
No, I mean, well, a fish cake.
Yeah, but that's bad.
And you'd
But
have to
if
say
you were
fish
like,
cake.
I want a piece of fish, it wouldn't just come all floppy and steamed or whatever. Like whereas they do offer a non-battered sausage and a battered sausage.
Yeah, so if you went in and asked for, can I have a sausage and
Yeah.
can I have
If
a
I
bit
went
of
up and
sausage?
was like, I want fish and chips, and they gave me a little floppy bit of steamed fish, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Get some batter on that shit.
And people don't know what scraps are either.
Yeah, it scraps in it. Some people call it bits, which I don't
Yeah.
like.
I knew what they are for a while, but I've never had them until this year.
You've
Why
never
does
you've
that
not
not
had scraps
surprise
up
me?
until this year.
And I had them. All right. I don't think I'd ever have them again.
You are wrong. Did someone just throw them out of the door of a chip shop and you were sat outside in a fucking bin
No,
bag?
it's just one of those scenarios where I didn't say no. And I was like, oh, is it scraps? I was like, all right.
Scraps a bad man. Bad man thing.
Bad man thing.
Back to the film.
Back to Shin. Back to Sing. So yeah, they're a bit of a comedy double act. They do the whole knife throwing scene where he throws the knife in his arm and then he's like, what do you mean? And then stabs one in his arm and then puts it back
Oh,
in.
that was, I love that bit. That
it
actually
felt
made
a
me
bit
laugh
Chuckle
out loud.
Brothers though.
Yeah.
Oh, now
to
one
me.
of the Chuckle Brothers has died. Is he just a Chuckle brother?
Oh God, yeah.
He
Or
probably
is he-
doesn't chuckle anymore.
Is he just Barry now or whatever? What's the other one? Barry? Paul?
Paul.
Yeah, I
Is
think
it Paul who
Barry's
died?
dead.
Oh.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I didn't think they were actually brothers.
Yeah, from Rotherham as well, aren't they? So, yeah, we've got the two main guys, and then they bring in some people, some additional guys to try and take down the
Oh,
pigsty.
yeah, like the assassin guys.
Now, that is a cool
masters
sequence.
fight off the Axe Gang.
And
Quite
they're a
well.
bit embarrassed, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, the axe gang. It's like, oh, these old people who just fucked us up.
Mm.
So they try and get the big guns.
Bring in the guys with the, like, what, the musical instrument? What is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Sitar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is this the one that stands up, though, rather than
Oh, I
one
don't
that lays
know.
down?
Oh, I don't know.
It was weird the way they sat down with it on their laps,
very
but
chilled.
they didn't have seats.
Mm,
So they sat down with their laps, but their legs in a figure four cross, and then they laid the sitar-like thing over them, and then they did a shing, and then they did a cool thing where it went from sound waves to showing that it was a blade.
It was cool as fuck.
It
that
was,
was.
wasn't it? And then when it became those, like, warriors that were flying towards them with swords.
Yeah.
The fight scenes, I'm imagining this film had a small budget. Like, a really small budget. For 2004, I'm guessing they didn't put in that much, but they really got a lot out of it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the CGI was ropey.
But it kind of lent to the comical styling of it. Like, I kind of enjoyed the CGI bouncing things because it was so much like this was. I wrote down in my notepad just a live action cartoon.
Yeah, Looney Tunes. It was like Roadrunner.
There's a ping pong noise scene at one point, like not ping ball scene, like ding ding.
Yeah,
ding, dong.
is it when that guy like fell off and bashed? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very cartoony, wasn't it? So yeah, they got away with that. So we have that sequence with those two guys, and then they end up getting defeated, don't they? Who is it? That's when you hear the lions roar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where fat woman. They keep calling her a fat woman, even though she's not.
She's
fat.
not fat at all.
The landlady.
Yeah.
I like the bit. I think it was later in the casino where she inhales. But like sucks the entire fag down.
Yeah, I was just about to say when she can smoke a fag in one drag.
Yeah, that's your hero. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like
I thought he was going to say you like the bit because she inhales and all the air goes into her tits. Because they do a bit where she sucks in her stomach and her tits pop out.
Yeah, true.
But
No, I'm not shallow.
Before the music guys get beat
we don't
up
objectify
first-
women like that.
Oh, I thought that's what this podcast was about. Is it not about objectifying women? Is it about fingering kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pedo watch.
Before
Another 30 seconds
the
to go.
music guys, you need one of those dump buttons like they have on radio shows where they just dump the last 7 seconds. Before like the Lions Roar finishes them off, the sleepy guy comes in. The husband of the Lions Roar woman comes in, just does this really creepy thing where he's holding on to them sleepily and makes them beat each other up.
Yeah, he like bounces off him, doesn't he? And
Yeah.
he's like a rubber band.
And he floats around like a leaf or something.
Yeah, it's really odd.
Yeah.
Really odd fight.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what his power was.
Yeah.
No. Was he just someone... I don't know, yeah.
It's like a puppet master.
The thing is, he did a little yin yang zen thing with their body, like when he was twisting them around and stuff. So I was like, oh, is he meant to be a massive yen? But then later on when he's fighting, he's just fighting normally.
I didn't really get that. Wasn't clear, was it?
I said massive yen, I meant massive zen.
It's yen, the money.
Yeah.
So then we get introduced to this other villain, don't we, at this point?
Yeah. What's he called?
The Beast?
The Beast.
Yeah, the Beast. And we start to see some of Singh's lock-picking skills get put into use.
Which obviously they set up earlier in the film, didn't they? And it definitely came, it was a good payoff.
Yeah. So he breaks the Beast out.
For the Axe Gang.
Yeah. And then he gets a bit like Highlander, doesn't he? Where he's like, I just want to be the only one kind of thing. And he's like, I just want a good fight.
Yeah.
Oh, the Beast does, yeah. Yeah, because Singh's backstory is he wants to join the Axe Gang because just being bad is the only way you get something done.
It's the only way, like, It's like, oh, being good gets you nowhere.
Yeah.
So he just wants to be a bad
Nice
guy.
guys finish last.
Yeah.
Because he got beat up once and pissed on.
Well, I mean, if I got pissed on, I wouldn't be right happy.
Yeah, but would you forever dedicate your life to evil?
I already do.
Oh, shit. Did you get pissed on when you was a kid?
No,
Did you get beaten up?
no,
Did you steal someone else's lolly?
no,
Oh. Why are you evil?
because I was born from the depths of hell.
Oh, okay. That's good.
That's why I always need to be next to a radiator.
Are you nice
Which
and
you are
toasty?
now.
Keep the temperature up.
So they have the fight in the casino. Is there anything particular about the casino fight you want to talk about? I mean, it looked good.
It looked
Well,
good.
yeah.
She smoked a fag in one drag.
Yeah.
I liked the bit where, I can't remember which character, but he like punched the front of them and you saw it kind of like come out the back.
Oh, just like they were stretchy.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was the stretchy guy then.
And the Beast was saying like all power comes from speed because he was he was able to stop a bullet like it was. He held it between his
Just like,
fingers like a
yeah.
fag. Yeah.
But he shot himself, didn't he? With it?
Yeah.
Like, bang, caught it.
Yeah. And he seemed a bit all over his place with his powers as well because he said about speed, but then later on fights turned to be about power. So that didn't pay off.
The Beast was shit though.
Yeah.
So the Beast beats up Singh, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Properly beats him up, smashes his head through the floor, which again was a really brutal, out of kind of place in this film, violent scene. Kind of would think he was dead at this point.
Yeah,
And
because like a normal person would just be like straight up, like brown breaded.
And there was the scene earlier where he'd kind of recovered from an arse whooping or whatever, or was it the stabbing or the the snake bites?
When he
and
got
things
stabbed
like
a
that.
load of times, he also fell into not fell into a snake pit, but like
snake pit.
load of snakes
Yeah.
bit him. And he was his superpowers were born in a bin. You know that sort of. He was in that little bin in the center of the city,
Yeah.
and he was like punching it all and healed. But yeah, I thought that was a bit funny that he was.
Well, like you.
Man of the bin.
And then that kind of brings
Binman.
us up to the end fight.
Yeah, and we realised that Singh's a kung fu master.
You learn it from like a $10 book. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
like he saved up for like a Buddhism book from Hobo.
Did you like as well the very subtle? I don't know if you guys picked up on it. The metaphor of that, because when he got beaten up, he got wrapped in bandages, and then when he was ready to come out as the kung fu master, he emerged from it. But they very subtly cut to a butterfly emerging from a cocoon.
I actually didn't see that.
No.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so subtle.
No,
Just-
I literally must have like.
Oh,
looked,
really?
Yeah, I literally must have like looked away at that point because I can't remember.
It was a
even the
really
butterfly.
long scene.
No.
It was like they wrapped him up, and it kept cutting
I
from
remember
that
him getting wrapped
to
up.
a
What?
butterfly, a maggot.
Caterpillar.
Yeah, caterpillar. That's it.
Maggot.
Caterpillar. I couldn't
One
think
of them butterfly maggots.
a caterpillar cocoon thing, and then a butterfly emerging, and then the butterfly flying around for a bit, and then they cut back to the bandages ripping open.
Oh, I can't even remember the bandages ripping open. I think I must have just looked away.
Zoned
that bit.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well, even like the end fight, I can't remember much about it. I felt like it went on for ages. I remember a bit when he went up into the sky and like kicked off an eagle.
There's a bit where the beast turned into a toad and did
Yeah,
that.
it turned into a toad. For
He
some
had
reason.
like massive swole legs.
Really, like, fat neck as well. Yeah.
Like he's called a beast, and you're like, oh, he looks a bit ugly, so maybe you would call him a beast. And then when he starts to get pissed off and gets his powers, like, oh, here we go, and the clothes are ripping, like, oh, he's gonna be a beast. And then there's a fucking toad.
Yeah, an old man.
I mean, you can't pick what powers you've got. I'm pretty sure landlady didn't want to be able to smoke a fag in one drag.
I don't know. I think you'd want that power. So he defeats the beast. The only real big thing that we haven't talked about is the love interest story.
Because of what,
with mute lady.
Yeah, kind of came out of nowhere.
2 minutes in the entire film, maybe.
Yeah, but
There was like two separate flashbacks though, weren't there?
Yeah.
There was like one earlier on when which one?
So
Which?
he gets beat up, and you don't see why, and then you see later on that it's because
He's trying to protect the the girl, because she didn't talk.
And then he meets her later and smashes her lolly up even more, doesn't he?
Yeah, the prick.
Smashes up a lolly.
I thought it was lovely, that little story. I thought it was really nice. It proper made me it warmed my heart, that bit. And even, I don't know if you remember, in the film that I put together at the wedding, when I got married, it had that clip in where she holds out the lollipop to him and does a sign. Yeah. So I was like, Kung Fu Hustle is in there.
Nice.
So I like that bit. It's nice for me. Reminds me of good times. Shall we talk about how we felt then?
Yeah.
Who's going first?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go for it.
I hated it.
You hated it.
Fuck off.
I don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things I like about it. Like a lot of the fight scenes are good. I think that's the only things I like about it. Actually, yeah. A lot of it is none of the story made sense. There didn't seem any attempt at making it the love story was so tacked on and just nonsense. Main characters aren't main characters. It's wrongly focused, and it switches from it just dances all over the place and doesn't do anything with it. So yeah, I really liked it the first time, and I thought I was going to go in loving this. And I just watched it, and I was like, I would rather watch something else. So I'm going to say this is a spoiled milk for me.
Katty.
I'm angry. I fucking loved it. Did. First time I saw it, still do now. It's just ridiculous. And I love it.
Anything particular you love?
It's just the dancing. 10 out of 10.
I want more dancing.
I wanted more dancing, but, you got to take what you get given. So dancing, the landlady is my ultimate favourite. She's just right shouty, and she can blow a load of hot air, and she can smoke a cig in one drag.
She can blow.
Kick ass.
Yeah.
She can blow. Bloody hell, Hobo.
And just the Kung Fu masters in general, them characters I think are just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I for the time Master of the Iron Fist came in, I was like, fucking...
I just love the thing where he's just he just does this and punches through, and all them rings go on up his arms and stuff, and then he just does some weird arm movements, and they just jungle around like bracelets.
Yeah, the action is amazing, especially in the earlier part, I reckon, rather than the second part.
I'm not watching it for it to be an excellent storyline. I'm watching it just.
I would have given it a luxurious cheese if it had a passable storyline. This is just...
I'm not watching it for that, though. I'm watching it for, just its sheer stupidness. So it's luxurious cheese for me.
I'm weirdly in the middle, where I can completely see your point, and the first half an hour I was like, what is going on? And you've moved through so many different genres, but unsuccessfully. I was like, what the fuck is this? And why did I ever like this? And then by the end, I absolutely loved it. And was just like, yeah, this is great. And had so much fun. And I think for you to say that it's spoilt milk because of story, I feel like you don't have a heart. Take your kind of analytical brain out and just watch it for what it is, for his love letter to Hollywood, his it felt like heart on the sleeve kind of cinema. He was clearly in love with musicals, westerns, silent cinema, comedy duos of the past, and he just tried to put it all in there. And yeah, maybe not all of it was successful, but you've just got to give him a pass for you can just tell that he was trying to put everything in it. So yeah, I'm definitely with luxurious cheese on this one.
No, you say Mihala says that is he's being superficial by only trying mimicking the general look of what he's seen in the past. I want to do a bit of that. That's
But he got it made. It must be so difficult in those conditions to get a film like this made.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad that he didn't like it.
It's impressive that he got it made, and I'm not hating on him for that. he's done more than I ever could achieve, but it doesn't mean I have to rank it up there with people who have spent similar, if not more amount of effort, and I would imagine more amount of effort on making sure they've got both good action scenes and homages and a good storyline. I can see a fight on the street anytime.
Three things. Both.
Yeah, both of them.
Aw, it makes me sad that you didn't like this. That's.
I can see a fight on the street anytime, a good fight. Maybe not with wire work, which also I hate.
It was good wire work.
I
really
just
good
hate
wire
that
work.
kind of wire work.
Sorry, do you want someone to like kick into the air and kick off an eagle naturally?
No, that kind of thing at the end, fine. It's more that kind of type of thing where it's half between realism and half between...
Where's your whimsy, Hobo? Where is your whimsy?
No, I didn't like Crouching Tiger.
Oh, but that's where it's like enhanced what a human can do rather than just being like,
no, but
we're in the world of CGI, you can just do whatever.
No, but if you're going to do
enhance,
why not make it still within the laws of physics? If not,
because it's
there's a woman that can shout so loud it like basically kills everyone.
It's enhancing the laws of physics. Why would they work? Because it's in the laws of physics.
It's
kung fu masters.
The bits where they're just like...
They're supposed to be above
the way they lift up without any lift off. They don't even need to push themselves up. They essentially just lift up. They're almost like on a stage show.
Like a god.
No.
Right,
do you not like any fantasy films?
No, I like fantasy films. It's just...
Like, what about Mortal Kombat?
That type of wire work seems far too...
How you go to.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. They're kind of like... They've got the humans, but they've got weird powers. Like, oh no, that's not going to happen. He's shooting lightning from his eyes.
No, I can suspend disbelief for fantasy films, but there's certain points where it just breaks my immersion, and that
Big
kind
Trouble
of
in
wire
Little
work,
China. He floats.
I feel like we could talk about this all night. Shall we call it a day for Kung Fu Hustle?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It is a luxurious cheese, though. Don't forget.
It is. So fuck you,
fuck
Hobo.
you too.
Until next time.
You're wrong.
Toodle pip.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Spoilt Milk Movie Podcast, you pieces of fucking shit.